Without further ado, let's get straight to the point. Number 10. The South Atlantic Anomaly. Imagine Earth has an invisible shield, but someone decided to cut costs and leave a giant dent right over South America. Scientists call it an anomaly, but astronauts call it the Bermuda Triangle of space. It's a massive weak spot in the magnetic field stretching from Brazil to Zimbabwe, where our shield is only half as strong as it should be. The magnetic field is our bulletproof vest against solar radiation, but here, the vest is so worn out, it's actually splitting in two. When satellites fly through this area, they enter a radiation storm so intense that astronauts see flashes of light inside their own eyes. Cosmic rays are literally punching through their eyeballs. The International Space Station actually has to shut down computers so they don't fry while passing through. The kicker? This hole might be a sign that Earth's magnetic poles are getting ready to flip. This happens every few 100,000 years. The last time was 780,000 years ago, which means we are long overdue for total chaos. Number 9. Dark lightning. Imagine you're in a plane at 30,000 feet looking out the window. You see some flashes below and think, how pretty. Little do you know, you might have just been hit with as much radiation as 100 chest x-rays in less than a millisecond. That's dark lightning. Scientists discovered this in the 90s when satellites picked up mysterious bursts of gamma rays coming from our own atmosphere. At first, they thought the gear was broken because nobody expected Earth to start acting like a supernova. Inside a thunderstorm, electrons get so excited they move at nearly the speed of light. When they slam into air molecules, they create an invisible blast of pure radiation. It's like nature has its own personal particle accelerator and decided to point it at us. Most of it happens too high to fry us on the ground, but if you're in a plane flying through a storm, congratulations, you're officially in the kill zone. Scientists estimate about 1,000 of these radioactive flashes happen every single day. Earth doesn't just want to get you wet. Sometimes it wants to give you superpowers, or more likely, a very expensive medical bill. Number 8. Instant underwater mountains. In 2018, something bizarre happened near the island of Mayotte, off the coast of Africa. The ground began to shake with 17,000 earthquakes in just a few months. The entire island was sliding and sinking several centimeters as if it were being dragged into the abyss. When scientists sent ships to investigate, they found something straight out of a sci-fi movie. In an area of the seafloor that used to be completely flat, there was now a giant mountain. An 800-meter-tall volcano had formed in just 6 months. To give you an idea, that's like stocking 2 Empire State Buildings underwater in a geological blink of an eye. And the thing is still growing. This discovery revealed something terrifying. We think we have a map of all the active volcanoes, but Earth can simply decide to build a new one whenever and wherever it wants. If this hadn't happened near an inhabited island, we might never have noticed. The planet is redecorating the basement, and we weren't even consulted on the blueprints. Number 7. The hidden ocean. Scientists have just found something mind-blowing hidden beneath our feet, and it makes the Atlantic look like a mud puddle. There is a massive reservoir of water about 640 kilometers below you right now. But forget your swim trunks, you can't swim here. The water's trapped inside a blue crystal called ringwoodite, which acts like a super absorbent sponge under pressure that would crush your existence in a millisecond. This spongy ocean contains 3 times more water than all the surface oceans combined. While we panic about rising sea levels up here, there's enough water down there to drown every continent several times over if the Earth decided to squeeze the sponge. Scientists discovered this by analyzing seismic waves from earthquakes, basically using the planet as a giant ultrasound. This reservoir is part of a bizarre recycling system. Tectonic plates dive down, take the water with them, and millions of years later, it comes back as volcanic steam. It's like finding out your house has had an Olympic-sized pool sealed inside the basement concrete all along, while you've been overpaying for bottled water. Number 6. Iron snow. Deep beneath our feet, it is snowing right now. But forget that fluffy white stuff from the movies.
This is made of pure iron, and it's happening about 2,900 kilometers below the surface. Down there, the pressure is millions of times stronger than what you feel now, and it's hot enough to melt metal like butter. Welcome to Earth's outer core, a giant pressure cooker full of liquid metal. At the bottom of this metallic soup, tiny iron crystals are forming and snowing down onto the solid inner core. It's like a Christmas snow globe designed by the devil himself. The catch, this storm is unfair. The western half of the core is getting way more snow than the eastern half. Scientists believe this uneven snowfall is messing with Earth's magnetic field, the very same shield that prevents the sun from frying us alive and stripping our atmosphere into space. Basically, the weather at the center of the planet matters way more to your survival than knowing if it's going to rain tomorrow. Enjoying it so far? Then subscribe. Continuing.
Number 5. Space hurricanes. Earth has another type of hurricane that makes Category 5 storms look like a light summer breeze. They're called space hurricanes, and they happen right above our heads in the ionosphere. Imagine a hurricane made of plasma instead of water. We're talking about electrified gas that's hotter than the surface of the sun. These things are absolutely massive, nearly 1,000 kilometers wide, and they spin at speeds up to 7,500 kilometers per hour. That's more than 6 times the speed of sound. If you think rain is annoying, these cosmic storms rain electrons. They can fry GPS signals, disrupt radio communications, and knock satellites out of orbit like they're cheap toys. The most bizarre part? Scientists only officially discovered them in 2021. They've been up there spinning for millions of years while we were down here wondering if it would rain over the weekend. These storms mostly happen over the poles and create their own auroras. Basically, when you're admiring the beauty of the northern lights, you might just be looking at the aftermath of an invisible space cyclone. Number 4. Days are getting shorter. Earth is spinning faster than it has in the last 50 years. On June 29, 2022, the planet broke the record for its shortest day ever, finishing its rotation 1.6 milliseconds ahead of schedule. For you, that's not even enough time for a blink, but for the computers running the modern world, it's a logistical nightmare. For decades, we thought Earth was slowing down because of the moon, which acts like a cosmic brake. But now, the planet has decided to rebel. Scientists suspect Earth's core is acting up, or that melting polar ice is redistributing the weight. It's like a figure skater pulling in their arms to spin faster. The problem? For the first time in history, we might have to introduce a negative leap second. Deleting a second from atomic clocks has never been done before, and the last time we merely added a second, sites like Reddit and Cloudflare had a meltdown. If Earth keeps being in such a rush, your computer might just decide that time is an illusion and stop working altogether. Number 3. A new ocean is being born right now. Africa is slowly tearing itself apart, and I don't mean politically, but physically, and literally splitting in two. In Ethiopia, there is a massive crock in the ground stretching for miles. That's not just some pothole, it's the birthplace of Earth's next ocean. Scientists call this area the Afar Triangle, and it's basically the geological construction site for the planet's newest ocean. Deep beneath Africa, a massive plume of hot rock is pushing the continent up. It's as if Earth is trying to torch Africa open from below with a giant blowtorch. This force is literally pulling the continent apart inch by inch, year after year. Parts of Africa are moving away from each other at the same speed your fingernails grow, which seems slow until you realize we're talking about massive tectonic plates. Over millions of years, this movement will create a gap wide enough for the sea to rush in and claim the territory. This new ocean will change everything from global weather patterns to shipping routes. In 2005, a crock over 56 kilometers long opened up in Ethiopia in just a few days. It's like Earth is going through a radical home renovation, and we are the first humans in history to watch the continent say goodbye. Number 2. The global hum. Imagine a low, annoying rumble, like a heavy truck idling right outside your front door. You look out the window, and nothing. The sound follows you everywhere, but there's a catch. Only about 2% of people can actually hear it. This is the global hum, a phenomenon scientists have been failing to explain since the 1950s. It's like having a neighbor playing the bass at 3 a.m., except the neighbor is the planet itself and it doesn't take noise complaints. This hum has driven people to the brink. In the UK, a woman took her own life, leaving a note saying she simply couldn't stand the noise anymore. When scientists try to record this symphony from hell, most equipment picks up absolutely nothing. The hum is picky. It mostly targets people between 55 and 70. Some say it's hypersensitive hearing, others blame geological activity, but nobody can explain why it suddenly shows up in one town, stays for years, and then vanishes like it was never there. Earth is muttering secrets, and for 2% of us, those secrets are endless torture. Number 1, silent earthquakes. There are earthquakes happening under your feet right now, and you wouldn't even know it. Unlike regular quakes that shake everything in seconds, these stealth quakes take days, weeks, or even months to unfold. A regular earthquake is like dropping a plate on the floor. Crash, bang, done. A silent earthquake is like your cat slowly sliding that plate off the table over the course of an entire week while staring you in the eye. These silent quakes release as much energy as a major disaster, but because they move in slow motion, you don't feel a thing. Scientists discovered them by accident when GPS data showed entire cities were sliding several centimeters without anyone noticing. The problem? These silent killers might be warning signs of a massive quake to come. We've only known about this for about 20 years. Before that, the Earth was moving behind our backs and we hadn't a clue. You could be in the middle of an earthquake right now. You'll only find out next week. That's all for today. We'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.